Okay, here we go with lesson 3. Today we're going to evaluate expressions. Remember that an expression does not have an equal sign. So if you were to just look at an expression like this, you cannot tell me the answer because you don't know what B is. So when we evaluate tells us that we are going to get an answer, a number answer. All right, so we're going to get an answer by you being told what the variable is. For example, here, B is 2. We are going to completely rewrite the expression, but instead of B, we're going to replace it with 2. And then we're going to do our pizza shape, moving down to solve to get the answer. That's 5. Or 4, sorry, I can't read numbers. All right, so number 1 is to substitute the variable by rewriting the expression. I know that in your past, maybe some teachers have let you do something like this. That is not going to serve you well as you continue through 7th and go to 8th and even at the high school. So we're going to really be pushing that you have to rewrite that full expression and then work down to solve it. And you're going to solve it using your order of operations, which as a reminder is parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division left to right, and then addition and subtraction left to right. Okay, let's move on. Evaluate, get an answer to 3y when y is 5. It's really important to remember that 3y means 3 times y. Don't just stick the 5 in there and call it 35. This means 3 times 5. We are going to use parentheses to show multiplication because if you write 3 times 5, this now looks like the variable x. And while this has a place in life, when you're doing algebra, it doesn't fit well because that x is a variable. Some kids might ask if they can use the dot in the middle, and you can. However, when we start using decimals, that becomes really confusing. Is this 3.5 times 7, or is this 3 times 5.7? What the heck's going on? So I really like to use parentheses, then I'm clear on what I need to do. Example 3, we're going to do a minus 6 when a is negative 3. Be careful here because when you plug in, make sure that's a negative 3 and you have minus 6. Remember that when you're subtracting, you need to keep change. So this becomes negative 3 plus negative 6, always working down, no equal signs in there, negative 9. Circle your final answer. Okay, it's getting more complicated. 3x minus 1, x is 7. So we're going to multiply 3 times 7 and subtract 1. 21 minus 1, always working down, circling your final answer, no equal signs in here. We're just working down. I know you did this pizza when you were in 6th grade. Example 5, m plus n. There's parentheses there, but there's just that one expression. So we don't have to worry what we do first because we know it's going to be negative 8 plus 6. If these signs were the same, we would add, but they're different signs. So we're going to subtract and keep the sign of the number with more. Example 6 has a lot going on. We're going to replace c with negative 3. I like to always replace with parentheses. And we're going to replace d with 2. When I'm replacing a variable, I like to use parentheses. Order of operations says to do parentheses first, but that means if there's anything in the parentheses to do. There's nothing in here to do. So we're going to go on to exponents, which there aren't any. And then we're going to go on to multiply, divide, left to right. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. We're not subtracting now, but we are going to do 4 times 2, which is 8. And now we're down to our subtraction. We're going to keep change. And since the signs are the same, we're going to add, which is negative 14. Add and keep the sign. Here's some more practice. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then check back to see how you did. First one, 8 minus 3 is 5. Second one, 3 times 8 plus negative 5. I'm going to do what's in parentheses first. 3 times 3 is 9. Notice no equal sign. I'm just working down. C is 8. This is 2 times 8 minus 3 times negative 5. Order of operations tells me to multiply. Don't subtract yet. So this is minus 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. So be careful right here. We've got a minus a negative, which is really plus. 16 plus 15 is 31. No equal signs. I'm working down. Ooh, here's a challenge. D is negative 5. We're going to type it. We're going to write 2 times negative 5 to the second power plus 5 times negative 5. Remember, parentheses means anything that's in the parentheses to do, which we don't have anything, and exponents is next. So here's what makes this a challenge. We have to do the exponent. That's raising negative 5 to the second power. The 2 is going to stay. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. And that's another piece that makes this tricky. Plus negative 25. Order of operations says to multiply or divide next. So we're going to have 50 plus negative 25. Different signs subtract. We get a positive 25. All right, and that's what your practice is going to be for lesson 3.